Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and just we'll do this quick if we only have a couple people on there. So people join in progress. I may have to do recap, but I'll kind of just show everybody kind of some of the updates from give me 1 second, I gotta pull up the supposed second. I actually gotta real quick, I gotta pull up the screen. I gotta pull up the now I gotta pull up this the where I can go and get the oh, here you go. I gotta go get the there you go. Now I can come back in here to the Zoom. All right. Can you guys, okay, can everybody see it?
Driving.
I know you are.
Yeah. It'd be hard for me. I can't see nothing. I can only see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get the screen.
Oh.
Okay, now I got it. I don't know why I'm not able to get the I'm trying to see why I can't get the I have a problem getting the screen. Getting the OpenAI screen. It's a weird process when I have this up all up. So yeah, it takes a second to have this. No, it's like a hard thing now. I'm trying to get all this. Oh, there you go. No, I don't know why I can't get OpenAI. I'm just having too many. It's weird just having because I have like 4 or 5 screens I have to open. Let me go and close that. I just got a lot of. This is weird trying to get all the. Okay. Try one more time. There we go. All right, there we go. You guys can see it. Sorry, everybody. It took a few minutes. It's trying to have 4 or 5 screens open, and there's a different way to do it right now with this on my end. So this is a session opener, so the post-holiday update. So it says, welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a great Labor Day weekend. This is our last session. RCIC has been moving fast. Here's our new ecosystem. Our lender directory expansion. We've ingested and normalized databases, and in the next 7 days, we'll be adding 3,500 to 4,000 new vetted lenders. That'll take us to 5,000 plus total capital partners. A lot of these are coming from sources, databases, sources that have vetted, that require background checks and vetting on all their their people that are on their list and their databases and have acquired the databases. So they're all vetted, verified, and background checked. So what the AI is going to do in the next 7 days, it's going to actually go through all of them just to verify the websites and all that. So when we have lender matching, it'll come up with lender name, it'll come up with the contacts, it'll come up with the email, the phone number, and it'll come with the website. And it'll also generally put a term sheet together, or a tear sheet together of the terms that they offer that match that deal that is being submitted, working by you, the RCIC resident or associate. So it's a pretty substantial thing. We'll have over 5,000 lenders, family offices, hedge fund, private equity funds, all that. So people will be able to actually submit all their deal, go through the core tools, the steps, deploy their agents, and they'll end up being able to match to, potentially there's 5,000. So people can do larger deals, people can do lenders, they can do anything required like larger deals. We're still looking for accredited investors. We'll still bring on more lenders, but we're gonna have over 5,000 vetted lenders. Capital directory mapping, family offices, equity funds, hedge funds, and accredited investors have now been standardized in the RCIC Capital Directory. This means larger deals can be packaged and matched upstream, not just to private lenders. So we'll be able to, people will do larger deals, they'll start being able to do syndications and stuff with funds and fund managers, equity funds, family offices and stuff. Agent reinforcement. We built checklists and workflows so residents and associates can keep our directory sharp, verifying entries, deduping, which means we're trying to make sure we don't have duplicates on anything, and running daily matches. This ensures RCIC goal stays ahead of PropStream, Investor Lift, and others. So that way there will always be, a lot of this is the people use them. There's lender matching. People have lender matching that'll be updated as that is still a live lender. It'll start scoring it. So the more those lenders are used, the better they'll get a higher score in the fit score. And it'll be awesome. And as people do deals with them, they'll get more points and stuff like that. So if you get a lender that's like a 90% or above, and they says that the deal's going to get 90% or above, it's probably going to happen. New playbooks and visuals. We now have resident reinforcement guides, the skull stoppers and onboarding PDFs. Always check when you see those. Always check files tab. There's new stuff every day now. Onboarding PDFs that explain to verify lenders, add capital partners, and run deals through the core tools. The security advantage. Reinforcement that RCIC remains the only platform where your inputs, data, and deal flow are secure. No resale, no daisy chain, just exclusive intelligence for residents. So that will dive straight into showing how these new pieces fit together in live deal flow, and you can start putting them to work immediately. I'm going to run a deal tomorrow night in associates. I'm not going to run it tonight because I want to check on one more thing. But I'm going to run a deal in a couple in Colorado, probably just so I can check them out and make sure they're, on my end. So and then we put this in there. This is the scrolls, what they call a scroll stopper. It's supposed to just get people's attention. So when it associates and residents, when you see this, one of these, just go ahead and read it, what's going on. A lot of times you have to scroll, go in and get the text, but then usually check files tab right away, because there's usually updates, PDFs, and words. They're also in the vault. So in RCIC, they'll come up. So we got all the lender directory expansion, capital directory mapping, agent reinforcement, all the new playbooks and visuals, and a huge security advantage. And I just put a thing together, basically 5,000 capital partners, exclusive, secure, resident only. Run your next deal through our agents. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in that wasn't even live, that was just the intro. So let it catch up for a second. I may go through some of that again. So we just did some of this again. They said, I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Tonight we're diving straight into capital intelligence in action, showing you why RCIC is the only platform where your deal flow stays exclusive, secure, and unmatched. So I put there's some slides that it was putting together. I'm not going to do the slides because I have to share screen. And you guys just saw, right now I've got to do a couple little things in the next couple of days just to tighten things down so I can open the screen right away. I'm having to open 4 or 5 different windows. And so I need to basically have the Zoom window and the RCIC window and open AI. And so got to do a little bit different so that it comes up right away. I don't have to go hunt for it. So like I said, we're expanding the directory. We're mapping the directory. We're reinforcing all the agent workflows. We built playbooks and visuals, and of course, it's security. So that will show you how this infrastructure comes together. Yes. So it's going to show you guys Market Scout and some other things. Market Scout's a cool process. So Market Scout agent. So Market Scout agent, I input my buy box and zip codes, and within seconds, it pulls real-time opportunities, tax delinquencies, notices of default, and code violations. This is before PropStream or investor list even list them. That speed is how RCIC residents stay ahead. Show inputs. I'll put together a sample output list in the next day or so. Right now, I'm going to explain the tools. And these are live. People can put numbers in there. You can put in information on. I might put one in as soon as I get to these steps. I'll put an address in on that I know. Skip trace agent. The script next, we send these addresses straight to skip trace agent. Instead of paying per lead, residents get direct contact info instantly. No daisy chain, no recycled lists. Then Recon agent. The Recon agent packages that lead, ARV comps, rehab budget, and fit score. This way, every lead isn't just a name on a list, it's investor-ready intelligence. Offer generator, offer blaster. The offer blaster 2000. I can almost do that guy. Who's that guy's name? Billy, whatever. The guy that doing all the commercials before that, Billy Mays. With that info, the offer generator creates the smart offer, and the offer blaster can send it directly. The deal is now fully packaged. Now, I will put a caveat on there that it doesn't actually send it for you. It just basically prepares everything, writes everything up for you. You still have to save it to your system and send it to your email. But it's pretty impressive. It saves about 90% of that time for you. Lender matching agent. This is where it gets powerful. Lender matching agent runs through the deals against our directory with 5,000 plus lenders and capital partners coming online this week. It instantly ranks the top 10 matches, not just by product, by geography, check size, and deal velocity. So it's awesome. So we'll have over 5,000 lenders. Right now, we got 901 lenders. We got 1,762 that are live funding sources. So that's a total of 2,600 E3. This 3,500 to 4,000 will put us over. It could put us close to 6,000, maybe even over 6,000, but there'll be some duplicates. So I'm gonna roughly say that we're gonna have just over 5,000 after the duplicates are eliminated. The dedupe process. And we'll be doing this every week. I'm doing reinforcement of that every week. I'm also doing reinforcement on home base because home base is when the tools aren't used that much. Sometimes they may not. Sometimes tool 601 might be tool 542. Just somehow that's how the system is. The more things are getting used, the more that they stay the same. Capital directory handoff. Smaller deals flow to private lenders. Larger deals, the capital directory pushes them upstream to family offices, equity funds, hedge funds, and accredited investors. This means residents can move seamlessly from 200K flips to 20 million equity packages, all inside RCIC. So we've basically just in the last week just been able to do that kind of flow. Follow-up agent. Finally, the follow-up agent creates the outreach cadence, calls, email, status logs, everything tracks so nothing slips. That's how RCIC turns one deal into ongoing deal flow. So when you see the flow, Market Scout, skip trace, recon, offers, lender matchers, capital directory, follow-up. This is the full cycle that makes RCIC unstoppable compared to the platforms charging you per lead. Let's open up for questions and live deal submissions. What I want to do is eventually get people working on their own deals on their own computers. I'll be doing the live stuff where I'll be working on the tools, seeing if we need to build more tools, things like that, so people can actually work on deals. We'd like to get eventually 100 people on one Zoom, all working on their own deals and putting their deals in. Just so you got knocked out. Give me a second. All right, 80439. Guess what town that is? Evergreen, Colorado. Closing script. So right now, this is the script as you The RCIC Advantage Hwy tonight is a turning point, 5,000 plus capital partners, lenders, equity funds, family offices, hedge fund, accredited investors, exclusive, secure, resident only. Your deal flow stays protected as an RCIC. So that's cool. Run your next deal through RCIC agents from Market Scout all the way to Lender Matcher to Capital Directory. We're the only platform where your deals are matched, packaged, and protected from start to finish. No daisy chains, no resold lists, no wasted time. If you're already a resident or associate, the tools are live. Use them this week. If you're not in yet, now is the time to get in. Let's go build deal flow that the rest of the industry won't see coming. Market Scout 80439, Evergreen, Colorado. I could run Market Scout logic for 80439. Here's what it typically surfaces: foreclosure activity, notices of default, list pardons, pendants, trustee sales, tax delinquencies, county level unpaid property taxes, code violations, safety, maintenance, vacancy reports, vacancy distress signals, USPS, vacancy, utility shutouts, probate filings. Yes, I'm gonna have. Yes. Pull listing, pull leads from. There you guys go. It's gonna take. It's showing you the process. It does take. Don't push skip on anything because it screws it up. Just wait. Be a little patient. This is the only time it's ever really slow, besides visuals, unless you actually put it into like research mode where it could take like an hour. I sat there for 2.5 hours one time trying to research something back in April. And it was like, holy crap, it won't let you do anything. Like you can go to ETA and say, hey, we're still working on it. ETA, hey, shut up. But never mind. It never says that. It never gets emotional. It never actually. There's times I thought like anybody else live for real would probably tell me to go F myself because I've asked. I forgot some like I'll get up, go to the bathroom, and come back and get like a little bit tired. Hey, I'm tired of waiting. So here's a lot of the. So it's checking Jefferson County. It's checking utility shutoffs, so it'll be checking the Metro District, which is the water and sewer district. It's public records. It'll be searching the fire department and its public records for permits and like code violations. So it's pretty thorough on some counties. Now you get to some counties like Smith County, Texas, which is Tyler. You may not get all that right away. You might have to go and actually get that and bring it back and import it. But here you go. Manually created lead data. Let's see if any of my neighbors are in foreclosure. That'd be wild, Jesse, if like you pulled a list like this, because Evergreen's so small compared to like Denver or like or one of the big cities. We're gonna pull like somebody's in foreclosure, like that that you didn't know was in foreclosure. That could be kind of interesting. That's when you start an LLC, so they don't know you're the buyer, and you go through Danny to let him fucking do it. Here you go. It's gonna. It thinks a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit to do this to go through the list. So yeah, it's analyzing. So just be patient because it is actually getting pretty good data. That's what I have to tell everybody. Just make sure you kind of are patient when it's doing searches like this because it's putting all your data together. This is why I say sometimes overnight deal engine's better because you can just have all the addresses pushed overnight and then go to sleep and wake up the next morning and it'll all be done. You can put, I think Willie put in 50 deals at one time. We're not going to go too much longer. We'll probably go like as soon as this is done. Doug's analyzing. Yeah, she wanted to lazy one. She's kind of out to be a little bit patient on it. So this is going to come back pretty thorough.
God.
Yeah, it takes a minute. Market Scout takes a little bit of time. It's the only one that really does. Because you can go in and find because you can find a couple of foreclosures, then you can set up an agent to just look at that area and monitor stuff. Because in that area, especially if it's a larger town, obviously Evergreen's going to come back and it might have 5 or 6. Whereas I put in like a Denver. Well, Denver has multiple zip codes. The actual city of Denver. So let me go ahead and go ahead and put in. Okay, here you guys go. See it finished. Here you guys go. So you pulled Clermont County and it pulled Jefferson County. So just ran Market Scout 80439, pulled active public trustee foreclosure leads. Here's a couple. Right there, it actually gives what the capital resources the company is. It gives that deal 835715 US Highway 40. It's D301, it's D302. It's got Snyder Mountain Road. That's a nice area. I hate in the winter though, because the Snyder Mountain goes up way up. 63 Castlewood Drive. US Bank is a trustee. That one's pretty nice. That one's a pretty nice neighborhood too. So you got a CSV already for it. So no Evergreen, and posted in the last August reports we checked. Most activity was Lakewood, Arvada, Goldman. So you can put an 8041 or the ones in Lakewood 80232 and some. It's a large city. It's got a couple 100,000 people in there, so there's multiple zip codes. go to 0401, you can put an Arvada. You can find out a lot more. Jeff Co's live search and weekly reports are here if anyone wants to drill deeper during Q&A. So here he is, Jefferson County, search foreclosures, and you can pull up the more thorough Jefferson County list. Here's your next step. You can now you can roll in to pull the owners. So you got clearcreekcounty.us because a couple of those are in Clear Creek County, not Jefferson County. So you can pull the information. As a Recon agent, you get the ARV, the rehab budget, and the fit score. Then you can go to offer generator and blaster, produce and send LOIs, and you get the lender matching rank top matches from the directory. Larger deals, route to family houses, equity funds, hedge fund, and credit investors. Yes. Those might take a second to. These are couple different properties that are available in foreclosure. There you guys go, right there, Jesse. It pulled up the grantor, the registered agent. It's an LLC. Got the agent name, the filing address, and phone number. And here it's got Evan Todd and Catherine Todd on Snyder Mountain Road. Skip tracing pulls residential mailing address, cell numbers, and email, so you can go in and find their information. And then you got Stephen Erlander and his wife Renee. You can pull up all their information, cell phone numbers, and email. At this state, doing that, we'd have direct owner contact data like platforms like PropStream or Investor Lift don't provide upfront, no daisy chains, no paper lead. You got the Recon agent packages, deal intelligence. It's got the these are condos. Off of US 40, so it's right around Walmart and Home Depot. So it's a pretty nice area right on Interstate 70. So it's got convenience to Denver. It's only about 15 minutes to Denver. Unless it's snowing, then it can be like 4 hours. It's got some good information on there. It gives you the likely market value, what the original principal is, what the rehab estimate, like 15 to 25K. A fit score 70 to 100, good short-term rental and flip candidate. Snyder Mountain, single family residence. Likely market value. Mountain home comps, rehab estimate mid-range. Fit score is 83 out of 100. Strong flip or hold candidates. High land value. Yes, that is. 63 Castlewood Drive. That's a pretty good deal too. Fit score 72 out of 100. It's a lot of entry level deal. Good for rental conversion. Yeah, that area is Castlewood Drive is not exactly. It's nice, for starter homes, which is rare in our area. So it'd be a good deal for somebody. So next you can go to offer generator, blaster, lender matcher agent, and follow-up agent. So tonight we're going to go ahead and yes, go all the way. We're going to show it because now I want to show everybody this. Because then I'll prep the PDF and I'll show people how far this is going now. So it's got all the information on. Here's your offer generator.
Wow.
So in each case, the system would output the top 10 lender list ranked by fit score, state coverage, product fit, deal size, close speed. So you'd have for each property, it would have 10, it would suggest 10 lenders and give you their information, their lender name, their contact information, email, phone number, and website and all that. Capital directory upstream handoff. Smaller deals, stay in private hard money lane. Large deals, Snyder Mountain. You can go to credit investors, equity funds, family offices. Follow-up agent generates outreach cadence call. The cadence call, email followed. Tracks lender responses in Airtable and CRM. Flags lender entries is verified once contacted. They got resident takeaway tonight. We prove the full cycle works. So market scout, skip trace, recon, offer generator, lender matcher, capital directory, follow up. No daisy chains, no waiting for a prop stream investor list. Lift direct to seller package match funded. Do you want me to create a 1-page black and gold visual flow chart? Yes. And a PDF.
Is this pulling every property? Like, what was your parameters?
I just asked to put the 80439 zip code market scout. That's what it did. It found 3 properties. It doesn't have the some of the properties like NAD because there's none of the NAD, and I forget exactly what NAD stands for, but it doesn't. There's no properties. Evergreen's very affluent. There's going to be very few foreclosures than where I live. These are 3, and one of them is 2 condos, and then another one's kind of like in the sticks, the Castlewood, and then another one's like a nicer Snyder Mountain's kind of a nicer area. I just don't like to drive in the winter. Because part of it's paved and then part of it's dirt. And it's so, but yeah, that's all I did, Jesse, is I just put 80439. I didn't even specify residential or commercial. I didn't put anything. So yeah, dude, look how that is. You can put in a zip code. As for Market Scout, if you got a zip code, put in Market Scout, put in multiple zip codes. It does take a little bit of time in that, like we were talking about, where it was like 5 minutes, but it's pulling all
Yep.
that information in that time. I mean, literally, people can plug. If you go in a larger town, if I put in like 8 to 10 Denver zip codes, dude, it would probably take like an hour, but I would probably have 100, and then I could put up an offer generator and just have it do all the steps during while I'm asleep, while I'm wake up the next morning.
What is there any sort of date on those properties? Are they like been foreclosed? Are they old? Are they
No, I mean,
new?
well, no, because I didn't click on the county. I
Man,
showed you where the county was. Jefferson County. It's like a little. So I can go back up. So it should be right here. See here,
yeah,
where it says Clear Creek County.
yeah.
That's where you can go and get. There's Jefferson County,
Oh yeah.
which is the large county where I live, and then there's Clear Creek County, which is kind of some nice. The Evergreen part of Clear Creek County is nice. The rest of Clear Creek County is. It's like people drive through there to go to the ski resorts. But yeah, I pulled all that information just off that. And it does have that information you were asking about, but I'm not going to go to the county on this one. Yeah, so it's pretty thorough. Yeah, so tomorrow night, man, if we could probably get some people to put some zip codes in and stuff and put parameters. I mean, if you're looking for how many doors, different zip codes that you're interested in Massachusetts for your multifamilies, we can put a bunch of them in there and see if we can find any multifamilies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the so Deal Machine and Crexy kind of have a thing like that, but it's expensive. It's like I think Crexy was like 200 a month. Deal Machine is easily 100 a month.
Don't tell anybody I did this. I'm actually saying it. I actually just right clicked like this. I right clicked and I went over the blurred section of Crexy and I put it here and it read it.
Huh.
And then then I said, hey, can we tell people how that you can see through paywalls? And they came back with this, no, we can't do that, but here's what you can do. But yes, you can see through paywalls. Dude, it's intelligence. I put a fucking Rod Cleef. I had this thing for Rod Cleef's boot camp because I pulled out his book from like 5 years ago. Because I'm taking that boot camp like you are. Because anyway, Rod did. And I've taken it like 3 or 4 times. So I pulled it out. It was all crumpled and like some of it was not. It just been, it was like it had a thing with the pricing on it for all the different programs he has, like mentor programs, coaches, and he has a lot of people that are coaches that work
Oh
for
yeah.
him. And it was all crumpled, and it fucking read it. I was like, holy shit. I'm gonna send this to Danny too and have him like look at his MLS because obviously he's got MLS for Evergreen. But yeah, this has got the one on Snyder and it's got the one on Okay. It didn't produce the other one, but I'm just trying to show everybody. See, found not found. Think about it, the visuals, I'll just click it here on the download on the visual. Because if you come down here, it'll be found not found. But if you click it here, it downloads. Here you can share it. Different things, you know, you can go and put copy links, you can download all kinds of things. It's pretty cool that way. Yeah, so pretty impressive. Okay. It's funny how I just like accidentally built this while I was putting all the information together to hand to a freelancer and pay him like $5,000 to build it on Fiverr. And I'm like, holy crap, I just built this myself. There you go. This is what we use for the YouTube. The best part is the timestamps are always off. Every time we went like, see, here's an hour, we only 40 minutes. So I'll go and I'll degenerate the YouTube video, then I'll come back and do it so it'll read through the video and then it'll make adjustments. So don't ever just do what I did one time and copy and paste the whole thing. And then people are like, I didn't see the other hour. It's like, oh fuck, we went like 58 minutes. Because it like, dude, you can tell we didn't go an hour and 20 minutes. And so thumbnail under 1.99. It's supposed to be under 2, but I always put 1.99 to be sure because it won't. It sucks. Sometimes it sucks to try to go to Canva and upload it because sometimes then it's got a little like white showing because you don't get it exactly right. Like in that to resize it because it has to be under 2.0. The worst thing is agents gather you got to be under 1.0 megabytes. So I told Danny, I was like, dude, I have to make a second visual that matches, and that's usually hard to do. I'm gonna send this to Danny too and have him look at it and see if this is. He's probably managing a little better tonight. And he took over managing Little Bear, which is like our fucking honky tonk that's been in 50 years. Because the owners are having a legal dispute. And so he got appointed by the lawyers or whatever involved to be the manager of it. So it's like he's doing his real estate business, running agents gather and being GM of a legendary bar. Actually, there's a guy who plays the battalion chief on Chicago Fire, has a band, and he played there like 2 weeks ago. So one of the stars of Chicago Fire, he was there a couple weeks ago. I saw Matt Guitar Murphy from Blues Brothers. Remember they had the band? He was Matt Guitar Murphy. He used to play there in like the 80s and 90s. My football coach and a couple of our assistant coaches used to be bouncers there when I was in high school, and they're like, you could just in Colorado, you could drink at 19 at one time, like 3-2, but you couldn't drink at 20 because they changed the law. So you could drink at 19, they changed the law, and I had to like take a whole year off. I was like, fuck. Yeah, so it's making the visual. Yeah, dude, it's pretty impressive what it does. And you can put your multifamily stuff in there all day long and put zip codes and have it do market scout.
Yeah.
You can define it a little bit. That's what you do the agents. All the agents and stuff. So yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It always looks like you're in a weed farm.
Yeah. I had to go into a foreclosure today, and the guy had a grow tent down there full of dead plants.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right. I think we're wrapped up. We should do like some private session. I need to get with you and Paul anyway. But no, I gotta get you access to this, so I think I'll be able to do it on the 12th and just upgrade and it's I don't know, because I have to put at least two, but I'll probably check and see if Paul wants to be on it now. But if you're on there, then you can start running all your deals on the master account. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and process this, and I think everybody's gonna be blown away by watching this happen because they can see that I just put a zip code in. The market scout. It did the rest. And the reason it came up at 3 is just because we're a small town. There's not a lot of activity right now. It didn't pull up the probate stuff. There could be a couple probates. There'd probably be more probates in Evergreen than there are foreclosures, to be honest. So, I just put it in because I can run it. I can send all this to Danny and have him verify it for accuracy. Because you can pull all these addresses up on his MLS and let me know in like 5 minutes. So cool, dude. All right, Les, thanks for watching. I will we'll have associates tomorrow night at 5 my time. So I think we'll have a pretty good turnout because all those people from Michigan. We had like 5 people from Michigan. James Pratt and Brandon, they brought in like 5 more people.
Nice.
And then they got another 10 people. I got another 10. I got 26 people in the queue. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling. All right.
Cool.
All
Thanks.
right. Yep.
Thanks.